From the mobile-operated, multifunctional R3 destroyer mega machine to the Liebherr 984 excavator with a bucket capacity of over 10 meters, here's a list of amazing heavy machinery humans could never compete with. Starting with the R3 destroyer, also named the world's most user-friendly heavy-duty machine. It's pretty hard to associate something that's literally called the destroyer as something that's also been praised for being super user-oriented. But that's exactly what Keystrack managed to achieve with the R3 Impact Crusher. With the capacity of crushing rock at 200 tons an hour, the R3 has become a mainstay at construction sites. This 275-ton multifunctional mega machine can be used for primary and secondary crushing, demolition, and waste management. Effectively, the R3 can get the job done by 3 construction crews all by itself, at a fraction of the price and a quarter of the time. But it keeps getting better. Humans have historically lacked one major aspect, and that's accuracy. The R3 destroyer promises a 99.8% crushing and scaling accuracy, all because of its sensor Technic belt. When's the last time a human's been able to offer accuracy of over 70%? The best part is that the destroyer is completely mobile operated. Heavy machinery has come a long way. Since we're on the topic of breaking records already, the Bagger 293 is the world's largest bucket wheel excavator. You're probably wondering how large would a machine have to be become a record holder, right? Well, the Bagger 293 stands tall and proud at over 351 feet. In human terms, that's about the same height as 57 average-sized men standing on top of each other. So, yeah, the German-produced mining equipment is pretty big. Its list of remarkable features doesn't stop there, though. The bucket wheel contraption in itself is about 70 feet in diameter, and the whole mining equipment weighs close to 31.3 million pounds. Not surprisingly, it took a construction team over 5 years to make the components that went into the Bagger 293 and another 5 years to actually assemble it. Here's another fun fact for you. The Bagger 293 swept up the record for being the world's largest mining device from its own sibling, the Bagger 288. In fact, the whole series was produced and created by Techflick. They have a whole bunch of different models that take up just about the same amount of space as a tiny town. But what about other insane machines? Well, the Chemrock DMW series can cut through rock like butter. You'd think that demolition or land clearing is all about grabbing a sharp tool and just going to town, right? Well, it's actually a pretty complicated process that requires cutting through impossibly strong materials. I'm talking about stone, steel, and soil, not something a human could just beat around with a hammer to get the job done. What you need is the Chemrock DMW 220, a series of reinforced cutter wheel options that can cut through up to 1,000 millimeters of stone. Believe it or not, that's still not the best thing the DMW 220 can do. They're water-resistant for up to 30 meters and were designed specifically for trenching underwater, where no human construction crew has ever gone before. Still, Chemrock did take inspiration from centuries' worth of rock milling from all human crews to create the DMW series, which can now effectively get the job done with the precision that took humans centuries to achieve, in just a couple of minutes. Another heavy machine that can get the job done is the RMW 1500 ballast cleaner. The world relies on the railway system for passenger and freight transportation, but what does the railway system rely on? The RMW ballast cleaner. High-speed trains that ensure smooth sailing rides can only actually operate if the train beds are periodically cleaned. The average train is between 140 to 7,000 feet long, traveling miles. You do the math on all the tracks that are being covered. Spoiler, it's a lot. Definitely a lot more than what human crews can manage, but luckily they don't have to, at least not anymore. The RMW 1500 is 150 meters in length, weighs about 500 tons, and has the capacity of clearing 1,500 cubic meters of ballast per hour. Pretty crazy, right? Humans could never compete with the sheer size and strength of these heavy-duty machines, which actually sounds a lot like Cerenz's motto. The company claims, "Nothing's too heavy, nothing's too high," and they actually stuck through their claim to create the world's largest and most powerful cranes. We've been comparing humans to machines in this video, which isn't really much of a comparison, is it? I guess since everyone knows that machines are bigger and better, but let's compare a regular-sized crane to the Cerenz's Big Carl. The SGC 250, which is the world's largest crane, is actually called that. An average crane would be about 265 feet tall, whereas Big Carl is about 9,842 feet tall. Big Carl also has the capacity of lifting 5,000 tons, with a load moment of over 250,000 metric tons. The Belgian company didn't compromise on anything when they set out to create the largest crane on the planet, though. Big Carl has winches, cables, hook blocks, and the ability to slide a whole 360 degrees. Carl's siblings in the SGC series are Big Benny and Big Benny XL. Recently, the company unveiled footage of an even bigger and stronger crane that's reportedly still in the works, but would put even Big Carl to shame. The tractor industry's seen a huge revamp too, with the world's first race car-like tractor known as the JBC Fast Track. JBC has been on a mission to revamp the tractor's country bumpkin image to a more modern, everyday look that'd put even Tesla to shame. With the Series 4000 and 8000, it looks like they've achieved that goal. Besides just looking like the sleekest tractor in the whole world, the Fast Track stays true to its name and can deliver a maximum speed of about 157 miles per hour, with an average speed of 137. For context, Usain Bolt would have to work about 5 times as hard to reach a comparable speed. The Fast Track is a street-legal vehicle and was even tested out by former British motorcycle racer Guy Martin. Speed is just one aspect where Fast Track excels. This modern-day tractor can get the job done just as well as any other tractor, but faster and in style. It won't be long now before the farming industry gets a whole new look. Sometimes the name really is enough to tell you everything you need to know about a machine. Just like Ovenden's long-reach Cat 395, it's a dead giveaway, especially if the crane's magnificent 60-foot-long specs wasn't enough already. The 395 isn't just a step ahead of human capabilities with its massive size and impressive powers, but it's also a step ahead of many other cranes by being convenient, strong, and getting the job done in a matter of minutes. Most recently, the 395 was used for the UK's ocean defense system, where large rocks were placed alongside the ocean bed to keep the area safe from erosion. The behemoth machine weighs an impressive 100 tons and has a maximum reach of 60 feet and can dig up to 40 feet deep. A single 395 machine has the ability to get the job done by a construction crew of about 100 men. But you know what else is equally as impressive about this mega machine? The fact that it's actually saving the environment while it's working. Its impressive hydraulic energy system makes it a fuel-efficient machine that minimizes the carbon footprint otherwise left behind by other cranes. So really, it's a win-win all around. We're not finished yet though. Let's dive into the Liebherr 984 excavator. How hard could it be to pick up something from one spot and place it onto another? I mean, if you say it like that, you'd think it's pretty easy, right? Let's look at it from another perspective now. A mining perspective, to be exact. How easy would you say it'd be to transport hundreds of tons of minerals, soil, and materials from one place to another while you're in a time crunch? Next to impossible for humans, right? But really, it's a walk in the park for the 984. The machine weighs close to 1,000 tons, has a 532 horsepower engine, and a bucket capacity of 10 meters. Effectively, the 984 is a time-saving, cost-reducing, and an energy-efficient machine that's made hard labor a thing of the past. Excavators have been used in mining sites to load heavy soil and mineral deposits onto cat dumpers, construction sites to clear land, and demolition sites for the same purpose. It's made life a lot easier. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel and watch all of our content. You don't want to miss anything we are posting here. So, from the Liebherr 984 excavator with a bucket capacity of over 10 meters to the mobile-operated, multifunctional R3 destroyer mega machine, this was a list of amazing heavy machinery humans could never compete with.